Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded just inside the 20. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 27. A look at Kerryon Johnson, 2nd-year man out of Auburn. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing. And as a player, that means...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his fourth touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Well, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yeah, and he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And some room to maneuver. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Lock in.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. He finds Robinson. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
That's mine.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Stafford. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Stafford. James has got it. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously cost him.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Let's get it.
And we'll remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and it's caught here. Amendola. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And the Lions' 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Stafford now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 23 yards, the final tally. Stafford now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. It's complete to Robinson. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check the out, check the out, check the out. Check.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there, 17 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go to Johnson again. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught at the 10. A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Second and goal from inside the 5. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Boy, what a job there. 4th down that far away from the end zone just to get it in, get that done.
An unlikely result, but it occurred nonetheless. What a terrific play. Great way to finish and in the end zone.
And the defense has to be scratching their heads, right?
That's usually to their advantage. In that situation, they should be able to make a play on the ball, but instead it turned out to be a touchdown, and they've got to go figure it out on their sideline.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Come on, 180. Here we go. Watch time, watch time.
Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Now Trubisky. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. He's got the hookup to Miller. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
180. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill. You go tight. Alert. You go tight right there.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And now the kick is blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
As you tell me all the time, Brandon, mark that play down. That should be a tie game. Instead, a great job by the guys blocking it And, boy, they've got to have a great lift going off the field.
And the further it happens in the game and here in the second half, it just gets more magnified. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 28-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 1st and goal. 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Trey Flowers in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 18. Check 43. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Defense wins championships, baby. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
4th down. Here's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the 1st down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
Trubisky now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy
and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Trubisky eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Trubisky now 9 of 17 through the air. One last shot for Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Detroit, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they will head back home